stormtrooper twice lined up in rows. Let's go! Reviewing each one with the passion it shows. It's so plastic to metal, he knows them so well. Stormtrooper swagger, his story to tell. Tune in for Bert, he's the toy expert. Let's go! From action to arcade, see the best displayed. Fun never ends with our toy-loving friend. Bert's the one we know, bringing every show.
Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Optimus Prime from the Transformers Devastation video game, and I love this toy. Released in 2025, this figure is brand new and hitting store shelves right now as of the time of this recording. It is a deluxe class figure and retails for approximately $25, and this was another one that surprised me. I just picked this up from the store. I had this on pre-order. I actually had this pre-order from two different sites, and then I go to the store to pick up some things, and there he was on the shelf. Grabbed them right up and canceled my pre-orders. I've really been looking forward to this figure. Now, I'm going to say right up front, I love this figure just like I love all my Optimus Prime figures, but there are some things that I'm going to point out with this figure because I don't think it lives up to the name Studio Series. So I am going to point out some flaws with the figure. I just want to have an honest review. That doesn't mean that I have a negative opinion of the figure or that I'm hating on it or anything like that. I'm just pointing out the flaws and why I don't think it lives up to the Studio Series name. But I do think this is a fun toy. Again, as always, that's just my opinion. You make up your own decision and vote with your wallet, right? So here we have Prime with everything he comes included. So let's start out with the packaging. So here we have the Transformers Studio Series packaging, the new one for this year. And I forgot to mention this with Scrapper. It seems like they've done away with the backgrounds, the little cardboard backgrounds where you can display them with. Those were cool, but I don't know, personally, I don't know anybody that was using them. So that's just, makes no difference to me whether it's in there or not. I personally wasn't using them, but those are gone. However, they did bring back the window packaging. That's back. So again, hopefully that is an indication that the days of missing heads and missing accessories are now behind us. Let's keep our fingers crossed that is the case. We do have really nice artwork of Optimus Prime right here. We see his head is part of his torso and his truck mode right there. 21 steps. More artwork on the side is just a continuation of this artwork on the front. More artwork on the side, on the other side, and then along the back, we've got product shots of Optimus Prime and his vehicle mode, his robot mode, 21 steps. We get a couple of shots of him doing some stuff there in robot mode, and we get a screenshot from the video game. Included in the packaging, we get the figure with a couple of accessories. We do get a little baggie that comes with his Energon axe and also his smokestacks. His smokestacks are not attached to him. They come in the little baggie alongside the axe right here, so you have to attach those on there. You just kind of peg them in and you're done, but they are removable, just so you're aware of that. And then of course we get a sheet of instructions. Moving in close to take a closer look at the figure, let's start again with that Energon axe. He doesn't come with a rifle. I was disappointed in that. I don't remember if he had one in the game. I played that game for maybe 10 minutes, so when it first came out. So I don't remember if he had a rifle or not, so I'm probably either going to be acquiring a rifle or 3D printing him a rifle or something, because I think it's sorely needed. He does come with the Energon axe, so he's got a little Energon axe right there, and then he's got like this little kind of effect, like this whooshing effect, like it's just kind of whooshing about and whatnot. And it can be stored in vehicle mode using this tab right here in this slot on the back of the vehicle. You can just tab that right in there, and that's how you slot or store the weapon away in vehicle mode. Actually, not bad. I prefer that. Usually they would have done something like that, or something like this. It actually, that actually does not work on this figure. But I'm glad they did that, because I usually don't like that stuff or something like that. So this is actually okay. I think that actually works okay. It's a modest way of storing the weapon. For the purposes of the review, of course, I am going to leave it out. Now, let's talk size. Size-wise, the vehicle mode is approximately 4.5 inches long. It is about 2 inches tall at the top of the cab, 2.5 if you go to the top of the smokestack. So it is a little small. Rolls okay, and going all the way around, he looks okay. He's not perfect. He's a little, but he looks okay. I like the cell shaded effect that they did for the windows there. Of course, this is mimicking the video game, so they give us the cell shading, which I think is pretty cool. I like the shade of red and I like the shade of blue. Also, everything that would be traditionally silver or gray or metal has been done in white, again, because it's supposed to emulate animation, right? So the smokestacks are white, the legs are white, the tanks are white, the grill is white, and the bumper is white. So got a little bit of silver detail right there for the headlights and little yellow details there on the front of the bumper. The wheels are white. Again, these would have been silver, but animation, so they are white. I'm just glad that they painted them and that they didn't leave them. Actually, that might be like a very, very light silver. I'm seeing like a shade difference between the white here and the wheels. That might actually just be a very, very light silver that they got on there. Either way, I'm just glad they didn't leave them black. So that's nice. You got the Autoball logo right there. You got some details there on the back for the taillights. They're not painted or anything like that, but yeah, of course. You got visible head syndrome. It's not terrible. It is at least turned around, so it just kind of looks like a blue thing there. But at least it's the head, but at least it's not the face pointing out. So at least there's that. So there's a couple of things I think could have been done better here. There's a gap here between the grill and the bumper. Honestly, that doesn't bother me so much, but it's there, and I know that's going to bother some people. The tanks, I think, is where they really kind of dropped the ball on this one, because these tanks, they tab into the side right here. And when you go to robot mode, you got a nice molded tank right there. But when you go to truck mode, then you got the inside of this hollow waffly bit right here. And I just don't understand why they couldn't have just molded this solid. I think the best solution here would have been a hinge to rotate this and then, be able to close it with this side facing out. That would have been the best solution. But failing that, because I know there's a parts count and all of that, just molding the interior of this solid, was some kind of a roundness or anything like that. This little piece right here could, this could look like a step right here, So having this molded solid would have been really, really nice. And this is where I kind of get into the whole, does it really live up to the Studio Series name, right? So when Studio Series came out, when that line first started coming out, the whole point of that line was that we were going to get vehicles that looked exactly like what we saw on screen. That was the whole point, right? The vehicles were supposed to look exactly like what we saw on screen, and the robots were supposed to be as close to the animation model as possible. And when this line started out, it delivered that. And as the years have gone by, it seems like that has gone more by the wayside. I understand that things are getting smaller and more expensive, but again, if you're not gonna do little things like fill this in so that it looks like a tank, then it's not going to look like the animation model. Don't call it Studio Series. This could have easily just been a mainline. Call it a legacy Devastation Universe Optimus Prime, something like that. This could have been a mainline figure rather than calling it a Studio Series. That's really the only nitpick that I have with these, right? Again, I think it's a great toy. This is a fun figure. It's a fun toy. I just don't think it lives up to the Studio Series name. Take that, into consideration. Take that for what it's worth. But again, the vehicle, I think it's fun. Except for the gas tank thing there. I'm not going to continue to harp on that. Other than that, I don't think it's bad. It's a fun little truck mode. For comparison, here he is with the G1, with the Legacy G1 Universe Optimus Prime, and they're pretty comparable in size. Right there, so you can see what the two of them look like together. And then just to kind of do something fun right here, I'm gonna put a shot of the animation model so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Finding good screenshots of the animation models from the video game was very, very difficult. There's not because most of the time what you see in the game is the back of the character that you're playing. So being able to find good shots of these guys was not an easy thing to do. But you can see right here, the animation just kind of looked like G1 Optimus Prime anyway. So, and that's what this guy's doing. To be fair, he's looking like G1 Optimus Prime, but does he look exactly like the animation model? No, he doesn't, right? So there you go. So you can see what that looks like side by side. The other thing, and I think this is great, is that if you have the Earthrise trailer, you've got the hitch right there. And people always ask me, will this trailer work? Will that trailer work? Will the other trailer work? So there you go. So you guys can see the Devastation Optimus Prime right here with the Earthrise trailer. It actually works, and it looks really, really good. I think that looks so good. I love how versatile this trailer has become. And I kind of dig the idea, whether this is intentional or not. It's probably not, but I kind of like to think that it's one trailer to rule them all, right? They made this one trailer, and so far we've gotten a number of figures that all work with this trailer. And I like that, because that way we don't have Patriot Prime coined the phrase, a trailer park, where we have like a drawer or a shelf just filled with Optimus Prime trailers that we don't use. Having one trailer that works for all the different figures is actually a really neat idea. I don't think that's intentional, but that's just kind of the way it's worked out. Maybe they are doing it like, hey, let's put a hitch in there so they can use a trailer they already have. I hope they're thinking about that, because it actually works really, really well. Transformation for this figure is actually quite simple enough that you can figure it out without using the instructions, but intricate enough that it's fun. I'm going to start right here with these gas tanks, and then just going to pop these out and hinge them back like that. And then we're going to go here to the side of the truck right here. We're going to pop out the arms. There is a little tab inside of this wheel piece right here that's tabbed into the headlight. So you want to kind of pull down on this a little bit while you pull out the arm. Otherwise, you'll end up, actually, you could snap this off. I've done it a couple of times, and just kind of pop the wheel off. So just be careful with that. Straighten out the fish right there, and then pull out the shoulder. And you'll notice that the shoulder has a little tab right there that is tabbed into this panel, this little slot right there. So there you go, there's one arm. You're just gonna kind of move that out of the way. And then again, you'll notice right there's a little tab right there that I'm gonna pull down on the wheel slightly while I move out the arm. Pull out the fist, rotate the shoulder, straighten out the arm, and then just kind of get this up and out of the way, like so. We can go ahead and, let's see, we can take the legs right here and we can separate them. And then we're going to bring these down. There are tabs right there on the front of the thigh that go into these little slots right there. There you go. So that is where those are going to sit in vehicle mode. So just untab those, bring them down. Let's finish up on the legs. You're going to flip out the heels, flip out the toes. Super simple. Toes and heels. I really like what they've done here with the wheels. Now the wheels could have just stayed like that, but they actually added this hinge so you can actually rotate this piece. There you go. And that fills in the leg quite nicely. Then you can bring down this tank, and there's a little tab right there that's going to go into that slot right there. And tab that in place. Same thing here. So we're going to rotate these wheels and fill out that leg, bring down the gas tank, and tab that into place. Let's see, can we rotate yet? I think we can rotate. Yeah, we can rotate. So there we go. We can go ahead and rotate it at the waist. The grill right here, as you saw, this is going to tilt back ever so slightly. There are tabs right there. These little panels are going to hinge forward all the way over, and then you'll notice a little slot right there is going to go into the tab on the side of the grill. Just like that. Same thing with this panel right here. Bring that all the way around and over. The head, let's bring the arms down. Head is just going to come up all the way around, and then just turn the head around. Finally, we're going to take these wheels right here. We're going to unsnap them. There's a little tab in the slot right there, and just bring them up and over to fill in the back of the figure right there. It should snap into place, and there we have Devastation Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And again, I think this is a really good looking... Oh, I forgot one step. The hitch right here. These are on hinges. Go ahead and just rotate these around. As you saw, the hitch kind of just splits in half, and just rotate those around. There you go. Fills in the leg. Now we have Devastation Optimus Prime in robot mode. And I think this is a really good looking robot mode. This is a really... I mean, that looks really, really good. Let me throw a screenshot of the animation model. And again, it's not going to be perfect to the animation model because the figure is well, it is what it is, I guess. But It's not bad. It's not bad. It's doing a good job of attempting to look like the animation model. So whatever that means, right? So there you go. I think it's pretty cool. We're going all the way around. As you can see the figure. They did a pretty good job, I think, of filling it in. There are, of course, there's going to be some hollow spots. I think they filled in the bottom of the leg okay. They did pretty good there. The thighs are, of course, hollow and waffly. So there is that. Now, the arms did get quite a bit of hollowness. So this piece right here, this is where the fist goes in. I don't see any reason why this couldn't have been filled in, or these pieces here could have been filled in. So a lot of waffling on the arms right there. But yeah, no, I think it's an okay looking Optimus Prime. I think it does the job. Here in robot mode, he stands approximately 5.5 inches tall. For another comparison, here he is with the Legacy G1 Universe Optimus Prime, which is considerably shorter than this one right here. So we did get a little bit of height here in the vehicle mode. I mean, rather in the robot mode. And I think he looks pretty good. Real quick, since he's here on the shelf. Here he is with G1 Optimus Prime. Of course, that's the missing link version. And is this my KO or is this... No, this is my actual missing link. I can't remember what's what. I lose track. But yeah, and of course, G1's still a little taller than the one we have here. Articulation-wise, head is on a ball joint, so he can slightly move up and down. It doesn't really do much because of the paneling here, but it is on a ball joint. You can see that up and down movement and a little bit of side to side. You can turn it side to side. Shoulders can go in and out, forward and backwards, all the way around. You got rotation at the bicep. You got a bend at the elbow, nothing at the wrist. Unfortunately, we do have a waist rotation due to transformation, but those wheels are going to get in your way, so you got to watch that. You can move this down slightly, so you can do some poses on them. So if you wanted to do like, it can be done. It can be done, you know. So there's just enough waist rotation to make that happen. Legs can go forward that far, back that far, in and out, rotation above the knee, bend at the knee, and we've got ankle tilts all day long. Very well articulated figure, very nice, very posable. He also comes with a matrix of leadership. Now, this is already in the figure when you get it out of the package. The windows do open. And the joints are tight on this figure, man. And there's the matrix of leadership right in there. It is removable. You got to get some little tweezers or something. And there's your matrix of leadership. It is not painted. It's a customizer's dream. You can customize that. You can paint it yourself. Paint it any way you'd like. But they just gave you a white one. Did the Matrix show up in the game? Again, like I said, I only played the game like for a good 10 minutes when it first came out. I should probably go back and play it. Did the Matrix show up in the game? And if they did, I assume it would have been colored correctly. But anyway, there it is. And of course, you've got his axe. So the axe right here is just going to go into his fist. Like so, and it's, you know, it's trying to emulate like it's coming out of the arm. It's not really doing a great job of it. But there it is. It can be done. So you can give him some good action poses or whatnot. You know, like he's just whooshing this thing down and chopping somebody's face off. So, there you go. I think that this is a good toy. I really do. I don't think it is up to par or lives up to the name Studio Series. Does that make sense to you guys? Right? You know, I don't want to get too repetitive, but like I said, you know, Studio Series was supposed to be something that gave us something as close to a screenshot or animation model as possible. I don't think this figure delivers on that specifically, but it does give us a cool little truck mode that works with the trailer. It's got a fun transformation. It's entertaining. It's just fun to fiddle with. This is a great desk toy. And it gives us a really nice looking Optimus Prime figure, I think, at the end of the day. So this is a good toy. I just don't think it should be in the Studio Line series. You know, but what do you think? I think that pretty much about does it for the Studio Series Devastation Optimus Prime. What did you think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments. Give me some thumbs up. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends if you like what you see. As always, thank you so very much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.
See the best displayed. Fun never ends with our toys.